friends. So today I am going to discuss the types of fossils. So on the basis of nature of fossilization process, the fossils are classified or categorized into 6 major types. First type of fossil on the basis of nature of fossilization process is commonly called as impression type of fossil. Second type of fossil is commonly called as compression type of fossil. Third type of fossil is commonly called as petrification type of fossil. Fourth type of fossil is commonly called as cast type of fossil. Fifth type of fossil is known as coal balls or coal ball. And last, sixth type of fossil is commonly called as nodules. So on the basis of nature of fossilization process, the fossils are classified into these 6 major groups or 6 major categories. So I am going to describe all these 6 different types of fossils one by one. So as far as the first fossil, impression type of fossil is concerned, so in this impression type of fossil, the specimen in the form of entire plant or plant part is preserved in the form of imprint. So imprint of this plant part or whole plant is preserved on the sediment. That means when fossilization process begins, when any part of the plant or fragment of the plant falls on this surface, afterwards sedimentation begins and this plant fragment or plant part get buried in the sediment. So due to sedimentation, the total plant part get compressed due to addition of pressure of the sediment, and only imprint of the plant part is preserved on the sedimentary rock. So in this type of fossil, only outline of this plant fragment or plant part is preserved. For example, this is the impression of leaf. This is a compound leaf. So in this leaf, the size of leaf, shape of the leaf, then type of the venation, which is preserved or imprinted on the sedimentary rock. That means in the impression type of fossil, only outline of the plant organ is preserved. That means only morphological characters can be studied with the help of this type of fossils. That means no organic matter is preserved in this type of fossil. No cellular details are recorded in this type of fossil because of absence of any organic matter. So leaf impression fossil here in the diagram shows the shape of the leaf, then type of veins or venations in the leaf, etc. So this type of fossils, impression types of fossils, are generally useful or helpful for the study of external characters of the ancient plants, which are preserved in the form of imprints in the sedimentary rocks. During the process of fossilization process, such type of fossils are recorded or reported. So then next type of fossil is commonly called as compression type of fossil. So in this compression type of fossil also, the entire plant or plant part or fragment of the plant is preserved beneath the sediment. So the plant part get flattened. So I have told you earlier, due to deposition of sedimentary particles or sediments on the plant part or fragment of the plant, the plant part or fragment of the plant get pressed or compressed and it is turned into carboniferous film. That means so this is the compression of leaf. This compression of leaf after deposition of sediment is converted into the carboniferous film. Carboniferous film, the part get flattened. I have told you earlier, due to pressure of the sedimentary particles which are deposited layer after layer on the lip, and this film shows the marking of the external characters. So this is the type of compression type of fossil. It shows only the border or marking of the lip. In this type of fossil also, some amount of organic matter is preserved. But if we compare this impression type of fossil with compression type of fossil, in this impression type of fossil, only imprint is recorded. Only imprint is recorded. While in this compression type of fossil, in addition to this carboniferous film or marking of the lip, some amount of organic matter is also preserved or retained. So this film of carboniferous material shows marking of external characters along with some organic matter. So except epidermis, the cellular details of this plant organ. What is this organ? Lip. So cellular details of the lip we can't study with the help of this compression type of fossils also. So with the help of such type of fossils, we can study the external characters or morphological characters of the plant parts which are recorded, which are found in the form of compression type of fossils in the sedimentary rocks. The third type of fossil is commonly called as petrification type of fossils. So this petrification types of fossils, the cellular details are preserved. That means original shape of the plant organ. Suppose stem may be preserved and it is converted into petrified fossil. What kind of shape of the stem was there? If it is cylindrical, the cylindrical shape may be retained. That means the outline of the stem, original shape of the stem, topography of the stem is also recorded or retained in this type of fossil, as well as the cellular details of the any plant part which is produced as a petrified fossil. The cellular details of the plant part are also retained in this type of petrified fossils. So with the help of this petrified fossil, we can study the internal details, cellular details of any plant part which is converted into the petrified type of fossil. These petrified fossils are formed very slowly and gradually due to the infiltration of mineral matter through the original plant material or original organic plant tissue. That means due to infiltration of mineral matter, infiltration of the mineral matter, that means mineral matter is always dissolved in the water, and such type of fossils are generally found in the sedimentary rock, beneath the sedimentary rock, in the water bodies. So if water passes through the cells, already soft tissues or protozoological components are disintegrated, and dead tissues, they are already empty cells which are having thick lignified walls. If water along with these concentrated minerals, they pass through the cells, slowly, gradually, deposition of minerals takes place in the cells of the plant organ. In the cells of the plant organ, that means these types of fossils are produced due to infiltration of the mineral material or mineral salts through the cells or tissues of the plant body. So organic matter is totally replaced. Organic matter which is present in the plant tissue is totally replaced by mineral matter. That means the replacement of organic matter by mineral matter maintain the actual size, shape of the particular types of tissues which are already available in the plant organ. That means due to replacement of organic matter by mineral matter, the entire shape of the cells, actual size of the cell is also maintained. So material in this type of fossil is preserved in the form of siliceous material. That means silicate is more. So if we observe these type of fossils, these types of fossils, they are looking as like our alive plant. If we take this section of this petrified fossil and observe under microscope, this section also shows same silver details as like alive plant. If we take this section of alive plant and observe under microscope, if the section is of stem, the stem TS shows epidermis, hypodermis, cortex, endodermis, pericycle, then central conducting tissue stand in the form of xylem phloem bundles. So as like this alive plant section, this section of this petrified fossil, if it is stem, it shows the similar characters. That means as like alive plant, the anatomical details of these petrified fossils, ancient plant, we can study with the help of this type of fossils. The next type of fossil is commonly called as cast type of fossil. So in the cast type of fossil, the external form of plant is preserved. All inner tissues, they are degraded, they are disintegrated, and only external portion remain as it is. That means external form of the plant is preserved in the form of cast. External portion of the plant material is preserved in the form of cast. So internal structure is totally destroyed or disintegrated. So no organic matter is available or it is retained in this type of cast type of fossil. That means only external structure is retained, internal structure is totally destroyed or disintegrated. So no silver details are also retained or recorded in this type of fossils. So such type of fossils, cast type of fossils, are helpful for constructing the external appearance of the plant. That means what type of plant was there. For example, this is the cast of stem piece. Ancient plant of stem becomes the cast type of fossil. So what kind of shape of the plant was there can be studied with the help of fossil. That means for constructing the external appearance of the different plants which are found in the form of such cast type of fossils is studied with the help of these fossils. Then next type of fossil is a coal ball. Coal ball, fifth type of fossil is known as coal ball. So why the name is given to this fossil, coal ball? So such types of spherical ball-like structures containing the plant material, they are reported, they are found generally in coal mines. Generally in coal mines. That means the spherical mass of mineral matter, spherical mass of the mineral matter in which the material is embedded. Any material may be embedded. It may be seed, it may be fruit, it may be pollen, it may be spore. So any kind of plant fragment is embedded in the mineral matter, and such spherical ball-like structures are produced, and these ball-like structures which are made up of minerals, they are showing any plant fragment. That means plant fragments get embedded in the mineral matter, and such ball-like structures are developed, and such ball-like structures are generally found in coal mines. That means generally these coal balls are found in between two layers of coal. In the coal mines, different strata or different layers of coals are observed, and these coal balls are generally found in between two layers of the coal, in between the two layers of the coal in coal mines. So presence of some plant material in this coal ball is helpful for the study of the ancient plants. So generally these coal balls are found in groups. That means in between two layers of the coal, group of this coal ball is reported. Group of the coal ball. That means these types of fossils, coal balls, are generally found in the form of group. They are not isolated. They are not recorded. They are not reported. They are not found isolatedly or singly. That means groups of such coal balls are found in the coal mines. So these types of fossils in the form of coal balls are useful to know the vegetation in that region in the past. That means what kind of vegetation in that particular region was there in the past can be judged with the help of this coal ball. That means in some coal balls, seeds of this particular plant are preserved in the mineral material. In some coal balls, fruits may be preserved. ancient coal walls, bones may be preserved in the mineral matter, that means ball-like mineral structure. That means by studying the different fragments which are preserved in the form of these coal walls, what kind of vegetation was there in the past can be judged by studying the different coal walls which are generally recorded or reported, generally found in the coal mines. Then last type of fossil is commonly studied under the heading of nodules. So these nodules, plant material in the nodule is preserved in the form of impression or compression type of fossil. So if we see this figure, impression type of fossil, first type of fossil. If we see this figure, compression type of fossil. So if we compare this impression and compression type of fossils figures with this nodule figure. So this nodule figure diagram is looking like this impression or compression type of fossil. That means this nodules shows the appearance of the form or external appearance of any plant organ. That means here leaf is there. So this leaf shows in the form of impression or compression type of fossils in the nodules. That means the plant material in nodule is preserved in the form of impression or compression type of fossil. Then this material is seen only when which material? The impression or compression type of material is seen if we split open this nodule. If we split open the nodule, then and then only we can observe the impression or compression of the plant fragment which is preserved in these nodules. So nodules are generally rounded structures or oval structures with glossy shining surface. That means if we take any spherical stone which is observed everywhere. So as like this spherical ball like stone, these nodules are looking like this, which are having glossy and shiny surface. These are generally rounded or oval in structure, and generally the nodule type of fossils are generally found in water, in the water body. That means during the process of formation of sedimentary rocks, some rocks are taking the shape of some spherical structures, and in this spherical structure the impression or compression of any plant fragment is preserved, and with the help of this fossil also we can study the external characters of plant fragment or plant part which is preserved in the nodule type of fossil. That means with the help of all these types of fossils, we can judge about the type of the plant material which was preserved in different forms. That means on the basis of nature of fossilization process. The fossils are categorized into the 6 categories like impression, compression, petrification, cast, coal balls and nodules. And with the help of these fossils we can study about the ancient plants preserved in different forms of the fossils. So that's all about this article, types of fossils. Okay.